There comes a moment in life when noise no longer comforts you, when the hustle, the scrolling, the opinions, all begin to blur into something heavy, something hollow, and you wonder, is this what peace feels like? Or have we forgotten what peace even means? In a world obsessed with control, speed, and perfection, what if the answer is not to do more, fix more, fight more, but to let go? What if strength isn't about holding on tighter, but knowing what to hold and what to release? The ancient Stoics lived in times of war, betrayal, and chaos, and yet they walked with a calm we can barely imagine today, not because life was kind to them, but because they trained their minds to be kind to themselves. Today, we return to that wisdom, to a time when peace didn't come from outside circumstances, but from within a quiet, resilient soul. This is not just a story. This is a path back to yourself. So sit back, breathe deeply, and for the next few moments, allow yourself to listen, not with urgency, but with openness, because you're about to hear the story of a man who lost everything, yet discovered the one thing no one could take from him: inner peace. Let's begin. Number 1. The illusion of control. What if I told you that the reason you feel anxious, angry, or overwhelmed has nothing to do with your job, your partner, or your problems? What if the real issue is that you're trying to control something you were never meant to? Here's the hard truth. Most of the things we chase, money, success, recognition, even love, are outside our control. But we act like they aren't. We tie our peace to these things, and when they slip through our fingers, we suffer. The ancient Stoics saw this 2,000 years ago. They taught that peace doesn't come from getting what you want. It comes from wanting only what is yours to control: your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. Everything else, let it go. And to truly understand this, let me take you back to one of the most powerful Stoic stories of all time. The story of a man who was born a slave, beaten, abused, and broken, and yet found a peace so strong no one could steal it. This isn't just history. It's a blueprint for surviving chaos, loss, and fear with calm clarity. So take a breath, turn off the outside noise, and listen to the story of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who discovered that even in chains, the mind can be free. This story might change the way you see pain, and more importantly, it might change the way you live. Number 2. Epictetus, from chains to wisdom. Epictetus was born into slavery around 50 AD in what is now Turkey. From the moment he entered the world, he had no control, not over his name, his body, his future. He belonged to someone else, a Roman master. But what happened next is where the story takes a turn. One day, his master twisted his leg with so much force, Epictetus calmly warned, "If you continue, it will break." The master didn't stop. The leg snapped. What would most of us do? We'd scream, cry, rage. But Epictetus, he accepted it, not because he was weak, but because he had learned something few of us ever do. The body can be broken, But the mind? The mind is yours. This wasn't numbness. It was power. He didn't let the external destroy his internal. After gaining his freedom, Epictetus dedicated his life to philosophy. He taught that freedom isn't about your circumstances, it's about your mindset. He believed that the root of suffering is not pain or loss, but desire for things outside our control. Your reputation, the past, other people's actions, the weather, even your body's health, all outside your command. But your beliefs, your responses, your choices, those are yours. This was the heart of Stoicism, and Epictetus became its voice. His words echo even today. We suffer not from events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Number 3, the circle of control, the Stoic map. Let's pause for a moment and break this down. The Stoics used a simple concept, a circle of control. Imagine 2 circles. The first, small and tight, contains your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, your choices. That's your domain, your fortress. The second, much larger circle, that's everything else. The economy, other people's opinions, whether or not someone likes you, whether or not tomorrow brings joy or tragedy. Now here's the key. The Stoic only focuses on the inner circle. They accept the outer, no matter how chaotic. Why? Because resistance to the uncontrollable creates anxiety. You can't stop a storm, but you can choose whether you go outside or stay calm within. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care wisely. You put your energy only where it matters. Let's take a modern example. Your boss treats you unfairly. You can't control that, but you can control your reaction. Whether you confront respectfully, leave the job, or stay centered. The world might provoke you, but you get to choose whether you react or respond. And here's where inner peace begins. Epictetus taught his students to wake up every day and remind themselves, some things are up to me, and some things are not. Try it tomorrow morning, say it out loud, and you'll feel a shift from chaos to clarity. Number 4, Stoicism in everyday life. Now, let's bring Stoicism into your daily world, because philosophy isn't meant to stay in books. It's meant to be lived. Imagine this. You wake up late. You spill coffee on your shirt. Your partner snaps at you, and your phone's already buzzing with problems. The day hasn't even started, and you're already tense. But what if you paused? What if you asked, what's within my control right now? You can't rewind time. You can't erase the coffee. You can't force someone to speak kindly. But you can choose how you move forward. You can change your shirt. You can breathe deeply and speak calmly. You can choose not to carry this tension into the next hour. That's Stoicism. Not cold detachment, but wise focus. It's also about preparing for adversity, a practice called premeditatio malorum, imagining what could go wrong, not to fear it, but to be ready. Before a big event, the Stoics would imagine failure, loss, embarrassment, not to invite it, but to become mentally prepared, so if it came, they weren't shaken. Try this. Before your next presentation or meeting, think, even if I fail, I'll learn. Even if they judge me, I'll stay grounded. It changes everything. Stoicism doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. And with that strength, peace becomes possible. Not because the world is calm, but because you are. Number 5. The Stoic path to peace. Closing reflection. So where does this leave us? In a world filled with noise, pressure, and uncertainty, how do we find peace? The answer is simple, but not easy. Stop fighting what you can't control. Start mastering what you can. The Stoics weren't superhuman. They were tested by loss, betrayal, illness, war. But they found clarity by turning inward. Seneca lost his child. Marcus Aurelius ruled through plague and war. Epictetus lived with pain. But they all found peace through perspective. And so can you. Start each day with this thought. Today, things will go wrong. People will disappoint me. My plans may fail. But I will remain centered, because my peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from practice. That's the Stoic way. You won't always succeed. You'll forget. You'll react. You'll fall. But every time you return to that inner place, you build strength. And eventually, you'll notice something. The same chaos that used to shake you now passes like wind through an open window. Because you've built your house on solid ground. Because you've learned the art of inner peace. Not by controlling the storm, but by becoming still within it. And that, my friend, is the ultimate Stoic wisdom. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more Stoic stories and timeless wisdom. And if you know someone going through chaos right now, share this video with them. Because peace isn't found out there. It's something we grow inside. And the Stoics? They left us the seeds.